Okay, I dropped you a while ago, so now here I am back. Okay, I'm taking this supposedly yellow. It's not yellow at all. It's more of a red. That's why I said some of these caps are very deceiving. You just have to take the lids off and check them out. And this one has just a little bit more of an orangey tone to it than the one I just used. But you see, you don't even have to stay in the lines. You just use them for a guide, and it makes it really, really easy to do. Put a little bit of green in it. The green just really makes it pretty too. I love the fall colors, so this just worked out so good, and I got to try. Now I'm using the marker side by accident, actually, and I was wondering why it felt different, but I really kind of prefer the paintbrush side. Alright, just did some shading with that one. And here we have, this one is supposed to be pink. It's kind of a dark pink. Okay. And some yellow. Okay. Don't be afraid. I mean, when you look outside at all the fall leaves and everything, once they start, there is just so many colors that are mixed and intermingled, and this is your chance to have fun with it. It's just fun. There's not a right or wrong way to paint these. And I just have 2 colors left, and look how far we are. Okay. And one more color. And I think this is another dark color. It is. And I'm just going to put little bits of it here and there. Okay, and then I'm going to start over here with it. And see how quick one whole side, this whole side is finished already. Isn't that awesome? It doesn't take any time at all. Now, if you wanted to, you could go around the whole thing with one marker and then get another marker and go around the whole thing. But I like working in sections. That's just me. So you do however you feel comfortable doing it. Okay. Good. I did notice with these markers that if you go right into them, one color after the other, and it does take a few seconds of drying time, and if you go right into them and you have a lighter color, it will get on your other marker. So just beware, whatever you use, your tools that you use, and if you don't mind if it has some of the other color on it, then that's great. Okay, so This is a pretty color. I like this. It's almost a magenta tone. It's real pretty. And then we got a little bit of the brown tone going on here. Okay. And I've got almost got all my yellows this time left. But I just keep layering and layering the colors. And it just makes such a pretty effect. This one is the one that's more orange than anything, and it says it's yellow, but it is, as you see, can you see that? It is definitely orange. You can see the end there, and you see the end cap? Yellow. Orange. But that's okay. And this is one of the dark ones. Okay, it says it's red, but boy, you have to really, it's a deep, I guess, crimson red, but I definitely wouldn't put that color of a cap on it. Okay, so here we are now. We're at the corner again. Let's see, right here is where we're at. And going to, isn't it amazing at how fast this goes? I mean, I haven't been painting on this hardly any time. Okay, use some yellow or orange, whichever one this is, and I pulled out the wrong end again. I'm gonna switch it just because this one's easier for me. This material is a little bit rough, and so the marker part kind of hangs on it. Now this one will not look well, there I go again. This one will not look exactly like the other one. They're both gonna have their own look. I'm not even trying to make them look alike. I mean, they will be similar because I'm using the exact same colors and I'm using the same method of using the colors. And I'm not tracing under every one of them. I'm leaving some of them without the dark on them because I do want it to be a little different here and there. And sometimes I just use my colors as the highlights, the paint itself. Okay, here we have some more yellow. Let's start going down a little bit with it. Okay. And this one, this is that, I think that crimson-y color that is so pretty. I'm kind of liking it now. At first I wasn't real thrilled with it, but now I kind of like it. Okay. And some green. Let's add some green up here, and there we got the marker again. I'm sure I will find something that I like to do with that side, but it's not paint on this rough material. And now I'm to a corner again. And this is my dark color. Sometimes I tend to go just a little, I want these darker colors on it, but I want more of the bright colors to show. And then I'm starting over again. Look here, woohoo. We are on the last, I didn't think I'd do this whole thing on camera, but it's actually going pretty quickly. And what did I do? Wrong one. Okay. That, let's do this color. This is so relaxing to do this. It's really, if you love to paint and you don't want to have to put a whole lot of thought in what you're doing, you would love this project. Put a little bit of green in now. And sometimes I just add it in places where it looks like could use a little more color. And then here's the bright yellow. The yellow just really makes everything come to life. Very, very pretty. Okay. And we have this deep dark one. And I'm just going to emphasize some of the insides of some of these swirls. Give them some depth. And I have 4 colors left, and then all we have is this teeny weeny little bitty section. Isn't very big at all. And then I have an orange, and I keep kind of edging over into the other part, so this is just about completed. As it is. Okay, there we go. And we're going to do our 10 tones for the last time. Okay, and I have this dark one. Usually, as a general rule, I would say put the darker ones in last, but you know, I've just did whatever I grabbed, and it's really worked out fine for this project. Not saying it would always be that way, but it has worked out just fine. And if it doesn't have you can't exactly tell where the swirl goes, just let your pen guide you and make it a swirl. Really quite simple. Okay, we have some green we need to get in here. Okay. And this is another one of our dark ones. Okay. And then the 3 yellows. And this will be the end of the painting on this. And it was so quick. I could do 2 or 3 more of these and have fun doing it. Okay. And this is the last one. Okay. And it is kind of an orange. I'll just add a little bit there. Maybe a little more over here. This looks like I skimped on the orange over here. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, you would never notice. Would not notice it. Okay, so that is that. And look at how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? I think that's really, really pretty. Alrighty. Now I'm going to show you how to glue this together. I'm going to start gluing it and then I will finish it off of camera because it's like watching paint dry. I used these little clips. It does help. And I left a section at the bottom. Oh my goodness, be careful because I see I smeared some paint with my arm probably, but it will be fine. So what I'm going to do is cut those tags off, and I'm going to lay these right sides together. Also take the bath mat thing off. Okay. And all in the world you're going to do right here is I'm going to start on this corner and I'm going to put a pretty sizable, this is just regular glue too, pretty sizable strip . Okay. And you just continue doing the same thing. Now, the clips to me made it seem a little bit like it firmed it up a little bit. It made the 2 fabrics adhere to each other a little better. You could use clothespins if you have the little snappy clothespins. If you don't have that and you have clippies, maybe you still have some hair clippies. Or if you've made little girls' bows, you might have some of those little snap things. But anything that'll put a little bit of pressure on it that you don't have to sit there and hold it. So, okay. And all I'm going to do is literally go around the whole thing. Just like so. And then I take the ones off in the beginning. Ouch. Didn't think I went that quite that far down, but I guess I did. And I always manage to burn myself. I get, I think, in too big of a hurry. And I just kind of squish it down a little bit in between where there's not a clip. But that's really gonna help. Okay. Alrighty, I'll be back in a flash.